Divine Feminines, I hope everyone's incredibly well as always. I'm going to dig into your Divine Masculines energy for the third time. I've been trying to get this message out and I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to give up. All right, so, anyways, I'm picking up on your Divine Masculines energy and there is some frustration here, okay, because he can't find your energy in anybody else. And I know we've talked about this before, but I specifically want to dig into what he's learning, like, what about you, I'm getting a lot of like sensual energy as well. The fact that he's trying to search for you in other women, that is what he can't connect to, is like your sensuality is unmatched. Okay, it is your scent, it is the way you look at him, it is the way that you make him feel. He can't match that. It doesn't matter if she looks like you, she dresses like you, it doesn't matter. The signature, it belongs to you. There's only one of you, Divine Feminines, and that's what he's realizing. That's where the frustration is coming from. Now, I'm also getting for the Divine Masculines that they're not embracing the solitude. Okay, it's like they're afraid to be with themselves, and that is what the journey is requiring. And I'm also getting that the journey is requiring celibacy for many of them because they need to go through some kind of cleansing. And I feel like that is why this particularly exists in this dynamic. Okay, so they may have had some kind of encounter with you. They may have just heck, laid eyes upon you, Divine Feminines, and that's all it takes to not be able to find anybody else as beautiful as you. Okay, he's been all over the world. I'm hearing well traveled. It's just you. There is a fixation on recognizing your soul. Okay, so I feel like he's been hitting a brick wall. Okay, there's a lot here with hitting the brick wall. I'm getting the words arousal, so he can't feel arousal just in any type of environments anymore. This is someone who's not going to the clubs anymore. This could be like strip clubs, things like that. Like if your masculines had like a lot of healing work to do around that, if there's a lot of sensual themes in your connection, I feel like that could have to do with the Divine Feminine's presence coming in and almost healing that, because it's like you're this beautiful pure light and he's so attracted to it, but there's so much obstacles in the way. It's like detection everywhere, laser beams all around you, and he's got to carefully maneuver around that in order to get close. It's like this double-edged sword that you two are facing when it comes to one another. And there could be something in the way here. Like I see the Divine Feminine, maybe your boundaries, maybe you have to do, your hands are tied, you've got to do things by the book. You're built with integrity, high morals and values that you are upholding when it comes to kind of fighting off some of the devilish energies that your masculines are up against. I feel like these devilish energies are no match for you. Okay, even when they consume him and come after you in temptation, still, they're no match for you. So let's dig into, okay, before we get into the sensual energy, let's see where the Divine Masculines are currently at. What's going on in their lives? Because I know they are being gently nudged into solitude. What are they currently experiencing? What is the Divine Masculine's current energy? So we have remember and awakening. So this could be piecing things together, or there is a familiarity about you. They may be remembering your presence as, I don't know why I'm getting the words holy. Okay, that's why I was saying, like, you're like this light that they want to reach for, but there's a whole bunch of things that they got to remember that they have to do first. And I'm getting cleansing energy. Okay, for many of them, the solitude has to be like this purging. Okay, not in and out of relationships with other people, because sensual energy and that whole exchange, that carries some heavy weight on it. Right? That's why many of you in the Divine Feminine transformation, you had no choice but to go through celibacy at some point. Right? You had to start honoring yourself and your path and understanding energy to the deepest core and being very sacred with who it is you let close. I feel like now is the time maybe many of your masculines are experiencing this, because I'm telling you guys, they're hitting a brick wall. Can't nobody do what you do, Divine Feminines, okay? You literally came here to balance out this karma. Because, I mean, that's a huge thing, right? A lot of them can't even watch adult entertainment. They really can't. And none of you got on you. That's what I'm hearing him say or maybe feel, and it's, again, that frustration there that I kind of open up the reading with. It just feels like things are coming to a good balance. And you know what? It's honestly a really good balance I'm hearing from the Divine Masculine's perspective here, because That obsession, that lust energy, damn, devilish energies, it was overtaking them and taking away from their vitality. I'm even seeing some of them age faster than they wanted to, because along with that stuff, you have other things paired in there, like, a lot of the substances and just staying numb to it all. So I feel like, they're slowly breaking out of it. I'm seeing like static as well. So it's like, in their eyes. So it's like they see with the eyes of temptation, and then all of a sudden they see through the eyes of what that feels like, and it feels so much better on their energetic body. Okay, so many of them are just itching to go into solitude. I feel like that is what's going to be the release, but at the same time, it's going to involve changing a lot of habits. And many of them could be in the midst of doing that already with the Justice card here, where they're just not attracted to certain environments anymore. And it literally is taking a toll on their physical vessel, their physical body. Okay, it's like being able to drink and like maybe smoke and all of these things now with their spiritual gifts coming online, and a lot of you divine feminines are holding space with a clean vessel. Now your masculines are like, yo, what the hell is going on? It's like they're allergic to alcohol. They have to be very careful about what it is they eat, otherwise they'll get extremely nauseous. Or there's an intolerance now to eat, like, if they could smoke before, all of a sudden they're like, why am I feeling sick? Like, why am I feeling, because their bodies are purging this stuff out. They cannot get close to the goddess. Okay, Empress energy sitting on the throne, because you are very diligent. Remember we talked about the assignment, this divine feminine, you don't play. Okay, you don't play. Look at that twin flame card peeking out. You don't play on the twin flame assignment. You're just a goody two shoes. Okay, you're an A student. You smart like an A+ student. Upside down for your love right now. Girl, your energy feels so heavenly. Makes me feel like la la. Okay, so your energy is heavenly, divine feminines. Okay, we have vanity and pride and ego. You're destroying all of these things. I feel like this is what he's no longer attracted to as well. You may have had somebody very well acting out of pride, but I think that these are all of the swords that were just lining up as a way of keeping him out. This is a masculine too that would have had a lot of just like random women around him, and just really thinking, being very firm in the belief that, your sexual energy, who cares, you enjoy life. You just like the devil card in this deck here, where there's everybody just partying in the background, and, just kind of engaging in this very lustful energy, not realizing the consequences, the energetic consequences of it. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of your masculines are experiencing this union energy. Okay, I don't want anybody else but you, because they're not attracted to it. They can't, I'm hearing for some of them, like even like arousal, like they can't seem to feel that. And it's not even in a too much of a sensual way that I'm feeling that. It's just the arousal goes with like arousal of senses, like your senses don't perk up the same way when it comes to those particular things or those environments. It's like there really is a need to cleanse and purge. So yeah, good job, divine masculines, and good job, divine feminines, I should say, because I do feel like many of you have done a phenomenal job of just walking away when you've needed to, drawing those healthy boundaries and understanding the energy shifts and the dynamics and what was more important, and, putting yourself first, putting the journey first, putting your highest good, the highest good of everything, putting it first. I feel like a lot of you are collecting the harvest now. And this harvest energy too gives me this very beautiful, comforting feeling that the fall can give you. I feel like that is what your divine masculines are in search of. And they can't go out and search for it in anyone else. I feel like finding the divine feminines is really just finding themselves first, right? That is ideally why they're in love with you, without even knowing why. It's because you have a way of making them fall back in love with themselves. You get rid of all of the debris and the junk, and you get them to see themselves. Because I'm hearing, how does a woman like that love me? Many of your masculines have felt this. Okay, and that's why we have that polarity. It's like the divine feminine comes from above, and there he is rooted deeply underground, and they just kind of meet on earth. And it's this beautiful alignment of, just kind of bringing the feeling of what it's like to be buried down, and then just kind of grounding you out of that place where everything is perfect. And then you don't see that everything is perfect, and your compassion grows and all of these beautiful gifts, and someone's healing. That's what I'm getting out of my heart space here, is that it's painful right now to feel hurt or feel like, you know what it is, they're searching out other people and trying to find you and everybody else because you're rejecting them in their current state. It's not good enough. I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not going to tolerate you coming in and out. I'm not going to tolerate you thinking that, you want me in multiple, like, no, it's not what I want. It's not what I feel. It's not what's right. And they're shocked because it's like, they may come with a lot of the worldly things that society deems as everything a woman should want and be happy and content with, but not this divine feminine. You are different. You are very different. You are a special one. He's like, damn. Why do I have to be madly in love with the one that is just so stubborn and wants it her way? It's because her way is the A+ on the assignment, okay? So you're threatening a lot of these contracts and a lot of these things that are like set in place. Like I'm getting like, oof, it's just really set in there, and there's so much struggle to be able to pull it out and fussing. And then their divine feminine's like, what do you mean? Just pull it out, okay? So you're this very confrontational energy in his life right now, but pulling it out means like, what are you so afraid of in terms of bringing back balance and health into your life again? Okay, this represents you, and he's mad right now. Okay, let's get into the sensual energy here. That's why he's frustrated too, because it's healing, right? It's painful. It's like you're so used to satisfying the senses constantly, right? From the divine masculine's perspective. Imagine doing that and then realizing that now the only thing that can satisfy those senses is the divine feminine, but she's untouchable. She don't let you in as easy as the others. Okay, what's the divine feminine's current energy? I'm hearing Va Va Voom by Nicki Minaj as well. Oof, Empress came face up. You guys saw it with your own eyes. Okay, we're going to have to go with the Empress. Okay, everybody else came face down here. Okay, wait, maybe there's one below here. Let's take this, what came with the Empress. Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, definitely look up the song Va Va Voom by Nicki Minaj here. But even like the long hair, it really does signify that you could go on and on and on and on and on and on. I don't know why I'm hearing that. On and on and on again. He blowing up my phone and I'm ignoring him. I don't know why I'm hearing that too. Maybe he is trying to blow up your phone. But again, with the Empress here, you're here to bring balance. You're not here to give in to the temptations and pleasures and the lust and the good time. And I mean, for a lot of you, divine feminine, the Empress is cheeky in this deck because it's child's play what everybody else is after. You just sit down at your throne and you look amongst them as though they're experiencing Earth for the first time. And usually that's what that's like in your community or in your dynamic when you're on this journey. And that's why you kind of stand out as the big sore thumb or the big weirdo who is spiritual, but at the same time, many people can't, help but be drawn to you. Because they're learning from you as well, divine feminines, learning really how to stand tall and true. That is that true divine feminine energy with the Empress here. You may not like doing things by the book, but you will do things by the book in my presence. So you're really here to bring about justice. There we go, justice. That's what your energy represents, right? And for many of your masculines, I feel like they don't want to be drawn to you, but they are, along with this justice, it also comes this fierce, beautiful, sexy goddess that it's really hard to resist. It's really hard to resist, and to know that he was worthy of it at one point, he's not going to stop trying, okay? So then what? Yeah, the Sun card, empowerment for the divine masculines, truly awakening to their divine masculine energy. Okay, but I feel like it's a slow journey because that I'm getting a lot with that purging and the cleansing, like, cleansing out of karmic situations, not holding on to codependent relationships, not chase and tail. Like it really is just healing, moving from that lower chakra center and like moving that energy upwards, right? Like being of service, not squandering time and energy. Come on now. We're capable of so much more. Get with it. That's what I feel like the divine feminines are feeling like in this Empress energy. And he can't help but sit up straight at the table when you talk, when you speak. Okay, there's something about you that's quite admirable as well. And I keep getting this. It's like he had it once, and maybe you guys connected at a time where, it was just a boy in front of a girl, like telling each other, but you excelled on your journey. Now all of a sudden, you big poppy calling the shots, Divine Feminine. And that is maybe your boundary here. That is the boundary that exists, is you're in this big poppy energy. So it's really forcing someone to act with morality and to act with character and to really turn some of the vices they got going on in their life to things that are productive. And like, I mean, that's how you roll. That's how you are, Divine Feminine, right? Like for many of you, you stand really tall on integrity. You stand tall on making sure that your presence and a lot of the gifts that you've been given on the journey are being put to good use. And if anybody else is going to drag down that mission, even if it's your Divine Masculine, you're willing to cut it off. The Empress does come with protection. So it's not just you, there's lots of blocks that will be put in the way to constantly protect you so that you stay on mission. And one of the things that are coming in to protect you right now is you're on lockdown. Like, I mean, you are looking like a gorgeous slice of dessert right now, but somebody does not have access to you, and nor can they try to, take shortcuts and go and try to match your energy with somebody else. It's just the universe is trying to show them it's not happening. There's only one Divine Feminine, and nobody else is going to match her energy. So it's like forcing change, or it's forcing them to kneel to true Divine Feminine energy. And that in itself is really powerful, guys. It's really healing, because think about this whole entire collective of Divine Masculines now that simply just can't engage in adult entertainment simply because it's like, what is this Divine Feminine doing right now? And when they look, you on mission. You on mission serving communities, right? Somebody feels ashamed of what they've been doing with their time. Not enough. All right, guys, that's what I have for you guys for this one. I don't know where that cheeky energy came from, but I love it for you guys. You guys take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.